Josue
What up?
Pavon, always here.
What's going on? What's going on?
Josue, what did you switch up your the clothing back there?
No, I've always
Oh,
had the Boston one.
oh,
Though.
what's hanging?
Oh, I thought it
I
was
think
a.
I
I
just.
thought it was
You had a
I thought it was
jersey.
Pierce. I thought it was Pierce.
Yeah, you had a jersey.
Oh no, I had the. Yeah, I used to have the Inglewood. That's true. I had his high school jersey, and
That's
then
what it was.
I got this sweater about I don't know about a month ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hockey sweater.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. I got a bunch
we're
of.
not-
I
and
want
we're
everyone
not
to know
gonna-
these are paper towels behind me. I just want to get ahead of it. It's not like toilet paper or anything. I know we got jokes floating around right now, so those
Yeah.
are paper towels. Value buy. It's a smart purchase.
I promise, Stephen, we are not going to talk. These end of the games don't matter, even though that was whatever.
That was
I thought you were gonna
bordering.
leave
That
with
was
that.
bordering.
No, I don't
sketch.
care. That stuff. It's annoying to watch it. Ime didn't like it. The one that sucked the most was that end-to-end free. Jalen misses
Happened
2 free
twice.
throws. They go end-to-end, and Ime's like, "That's enough." But whatever. That's not the game. They were never losing this game. They dominated start to finish. It didn't matter. They were never losing this game.
No. Yeah, we're not going to go into that. Yeah, but it was annoying. It was annoying.
I thought you were gonna say how irritating it was.
I didn't. It was irritating to watch
like
individually, but it didn't matter. Like it didn't. They're never losing this. You see this a lot. 20-something, whatever that you whittle it away. It was annoying that they had to leave the starters out as long as they did, because Al looked a little tired. Like this 4 straight games on the road, the back-to-back. You're coming home. You got another one in 2 nights. Then a little break there. So like anything you could have done, it would have been nice to put that one away. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, and honestly, give Shea and give Trey Mann their dues for they
shot making.
Yeah, shot making, just getting to the hoop.
Yeah,
and that was talking OKC. But back to the Celtics.
The Jays played too many minutes. That's the only annoying thing is you played 39 minutes. You were down 2 starters. You had to play the Jays late.
Yeah,
because OKC kept it close that whole time, which was annoying. It would have nice to just been a Hauser-Stauskas sort of fourth quarter there. But Tatum again, effortless 30 whatever points for him.
36.
Unreal. I mean,
insane.
Effortless.
The streak continues.
Yeah.
Batman. Effortless. He was kissing crowd 2 minutes into the game. We got the kiss of death right in the beginning.
Has a less deserved nickname ever stuck faster than Batman?
How is it deserving?
I don't think it's stuck.
It's not.
I don't
like he's balling out, but I just think it's funny because he makes this declaration and then he goes down and has a career night. Like, this is
I know, but it's like
you got to give him a spot.
You can't be the Jokic stopper just because you blocked one shot. Like you got to play him like night in, night out, and be like Horford could have said I'm the Embiid guy. I'm the Embiid stopper when he was here.
Right.
He
but
was
to
the
his
guy.
credit, though, he only plays them twice a year. So this is it. He's not going to.
What I'm saying
see him again. So
what I'm saying is everybody wants to give him the nickname. Like instantly, everyone's like, "Oh wait, I love it." And like, whether he deserves it or not, I think he's going to be Batman forever.
Well, you follow up with this. Yeah.
Batman, it's pretty creative, to be honest. It's
I
kind
love
of funny. The best part is that nobody on the team wants to call him that. They want nothing to do with it.
Jalen was like,
but I love
they
how
know
no
he's
one,
never
no
gonna
one recognizes. No one recognizes why. Like the whole Joker aspect of it. No one's even
he was
mentioning
like,
it. They're like,
"Call
no,
me Batman," and
worth
Jalen's
mentioning.
like, "Okay."
Yeah. They threw it out there without explaining. They didn't have to, but they're like, "You guys know why we're not backing them up on this, right?" Like,
because Grant seems like the type of guy that will never let you forget it. Like, no, it's Batman now. You got to call me Batman. Like,
you got to get Batman.
Yeah, no, it's Batman. So like, they just don't want to open that can of worms.
Right, but he's bought.
You don't want to create a monster here. At least we don't want to create a monster here. But look, you go 20 and 10. Like they said in the broadcast, you go 20 and 10. Now you're Batman, I guess.
But
I love it though. I love it. It shows character.
You know what though? It's
it's
totally different stuff.
It's funny.
It's totally different stuff than earlier in the year. Like earlier in the year, I was like, okay, whatever. He's standing in the corner, knocking down threes at a clip that's probably going to come back down to earth. I'm not buying it. Now it's totally different stuff that he's doing, both with the defensive stuff. He's attacking closeouts. He's, the offensive rebounding, just a little bit craftier around the basket. I mean, he tried to throw one down that I don't think he could have done on a 9-foot hoop, but I applaud the effort.
It just came down with a big rebound.
He went for it.
Yeah, he did.
Came down with the big offensive
big offensive rebound to seal it. Yeah.
It was like his eyes saw it, but his body was like, nah, man, that's not happening.
He's like, nah, bro. We're not there yet.
You can't get there.
Yeah, you can't. Come on.
You're not actually Batman, dude. Relax.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You got the cape on.
I love
it. These guys were exhausted. I mean, like you mentioned,
4-0.
They both, Tatum and Brown both played almost 40 minutes, and yeah, we knew they weren't going to lose.
Thank you for hosting that finally.
It was like, how dramatic is this going to get, though? You know, like, are they going to get it down to a 2-possession game? Because if Grant doesn't grab that rebound, I don't know, man. I mean, the Thunder were believing in themselves enough to at least get it down to a 2-possession game. They almost did, and I think they smelled blood. They could tell how tired these guys were, so they just ran it right down to the teeth of the defense, and Jalen responded right back, but then they didn't have much fatigue to get back. It was funny towards the end of that, but the Celtics had already built enough cushion.
This is pretty good. I like this one right here for the bench guys.
Batman and Rabbit. Nice.
Batman and Rabbit is pretty good.
P-Rabbit.
He can be Batman.
P-Rabbit was balling.
I'll say this, though.
I like that.
The next time the Celtics play the Joker again, like, you better hope that he brings it. Like, if Joker goes off on him, like, that's kind of the end of the Batman nickname.
I do love it, though.
He can ride this out.
He can ride
this out this season.
Grant knew what it was.
He's got another week.
Told Jalen to do it. Jalen goes out there. Jalen's like, I have no idea why he wants me to call him this, but I'm all in. You know,
he knew. I think he knew.
He knew.
I don't know. He didn't know. He was asked. He's like, why? Because nobody got it at first, and he was asked, why joke? Why Batman? And he's like, I don't know, but I don't know, but I like it.
If he didn't know when someone explained it to him, he probably immediately regret doing that during his press conference. He must have been like, "Yo, you should have got someone else to do it, like Tatum."
Apparently, Al called him that on the broadcast.
I thought I saw that too. That's funny.
That's great.
Well,
Pritchard's unreal, man. I got to hand it to him, man. What a night for Bobby to miss out because I'm sure they'll carry over Wednesday, but
yeah, it just means
this guy is on a streak right now. It's insane. It's insane, man. 5 3-pointers.
It's awesome.
Man.
He's running
with
how
he's attacking too.
You know what?
Getting comfortable.
You got to give him credit because how many young guys this year got an opportunity and they didn't capitalize on it, right? Many of them.
Exactly.
And Pritchard didn't get his opportunity much at all. The first, he literally didn't play, to start the season, and now he's got the opportunity because of the players that were shipped out of town. And he's making the most of it. We all knew he could shoot. It was just a matter of getting the playing time, get into that sort of groove, get into that rhythm. And man, he was on fire. What did he hit? What was the number? 15 straight threes he hit before he missed one at some point tonight. Throughout, over the last amount of games.
It's like the opposite of White. Yeah.
He's the anti Derrick White. Yeah.
All I could hear was John in my head when he just missed every open three he got today. Like every single one. And the ball's
made one.
Everyone's doing. Yeah, he made one. That's true. He made one. My bad.
I don't care. You know what though?
But
yes, you do.
Credit though. He mixed it up because he knew he had to. He's like, man, I gotta flex my mid-range game, and that's exactly what he did. He got his groove in. He found his offensive groove. He's
got the floater game. He has other stuff. That's all you need. He just attack. He made a series of like really good passes. He got into the lane and kicked it out to open shooters early. Quick, decisive stuff. So he did plenty of good stuff. He got cooked by man a little bit there, but I mean, I think anybody on the planet would have
towards the end of that quarter.
He wasn't missing anything, but he got cooked pretty good on a couple. He got his ankles broken on a 3.
But I
like the offensive stuff from White better today.
I love right when that happened. Perk and Scal both went quiet, and then Perk just goes, "That happens to the best of us." It's almost worse. I prefer the oohs and ahs over that. It's like, oh, don't do that to me, man. Like, I don't need your sympathy. But yeah.
I kind of we got Perk and Scal in the broadcast, Eddie House back in the studio. Slowly bringing the band back together here.
This one's
Batman. Oh, that's kind of mean. We don't fat shame on this. It's somebody that we don't like. Don't fat shame.
That one's mean. Unless it's Harden or Zion sometimes.
Here's the thing. Grant's not fat anymore. He's pretty chiseled out there, actually.
Dude, he's friggin' awesome. He's lifting with Tatum
around
every game.
That's why he's zipping around out there, ripping down boards.
Right. He's
not fat.
Isn't it? We ended the fat jokes before training camp.
Isn't it funny, by the way, that like Tatum's best friends are these guys? He loves these guys. Grant and Pritchard.
I can see it though. Wait,
I
is
think
Pritchard in there
Grant.
too?
I think Grant just like forces himself to like eventually you're like, you know what, I this guy's pretty good. He's cool. He's good in my book.
Yeah.
You know, he's just kind of like,
As time.
how can you not like him?
I think you're spot on. I think he grew on him after Javante left.
Yeah, he
He's like,
totally grew on
Javante's
him. Like,
gone. My guy's out of here. You're just always near me, so I guess
you
I
think
guess you
Grant
can
is
keep
like
Grant.
fringe guy until he finally gets into the group, and then he's just like part of the crew. You know, he's like, yeah, what's this guy's deal? I don't know. He's nice enough though. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's just
I
kind
don't
of throws
know.
on you.
He's here. He seems harmless.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. He keeps showing up. So.
Yeah, but he's not like an acquired taste.
No,
though.
but
I think after in due time, everyone just gets used to him. You know?
Yeah, on the Pritchard stuff,
for sure.
No, I mean, it's great. I mean, but that's what we said is like you've been dying.
John's nervous because apology cam loom for Pritchard if this keeps up. It will happen.
It looms.
It looms.
Oh, what's he gonna shoot? 75% from three.
I think you guys are asking for the wrong.
Like,
I think you're asking for the wrong apology cam. It's the Grant one you should be asking for because Pritchard.
I think we've already all apologized for that one already.
Yeah, but the Pritchard one, I thought this guy's the 11th, 12th player on your team, and now I think he's a 9-10. I don't think I love that he's hitting the shots. I still don't think he's like. I think.
Well, you think he's a
we all thought that was best case scenario.
I think they looked for every reason to play other people. He's the best they have now. He's making the most of the opportunity. But would it shock you in the offseason if they went and got a guy or two, who could do something else and who could shoot and who could play different positions, and Pritchard's minutes went back down? Like Pritchard flashed last year, given opportunity during COVID times and other issues that like necessitated him to play more. Kemba missing every other game, other injuries to other people. He played fairly well, and it was so perplexing. Where did he go the beginning of this year? There's a reason why he's not playing regular minutes all the time, because there's certain things about his game that like coaches don't have super confidence to put him in there for 25, 30 minutes a night against certain types of competition. So it wouldn't shock me if he could finish this season on a great stretch and then they bring in somebody else who eats into his minutes next year. I don't think that would be stunning by any means. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what you guys think. Differently.
I don't think you're wrong, John. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I mean, we're still not quite sure where he is in his development at this point, right? We don't know if this is the final.
But the dude shoots, man.
But the dude shoots.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think
he's a bucket right now. He's a bucket right now. But at the end of the day, when we're comparing him to him being a secondary playmaker, being that guy that's the first one off the bench, he still has to prove himself in that sense. But I think to your point though, John, 8th, 9th man, coming off your bench, I think that was always best case scenario for the season. And I always said that, or I always still believe that this was the key ingredient to him carving out that role, being a consistent guy who can knock down 3-point shots and shoot it at well above 40%, which is obviously he's doing that right now.
Real quick, I know there's some polls running here. Our Garden Report is down to the Sweet 16, our Garden Report bracket of nonsensical dumb things that we do or say on this show. This is a quick look at it here.
Finally, I believe. I can't believe I got upset.
The Jimmy Homeschool, which I thought was like one of my favorite moments of the period.
There's a big Bobby Army. There's a big Bobby Army, so I'm not that surprised, I guess. But I lost my own region, my own 1-seed region. I mean, that's pretty embarrassing. I don't know how I come back.
Marcus better not win. We can't have Marcus win. Come on, guys.
So the polls are running here. We're going to run them on Twitter. We're going to also run them here. We will accumulate the final tallies and spit them out there and whittle this thing down to 8 and then final 4. We will get it going soon.
I like the 5-seed Com as the dark horse here. Com.com is a elite read. Read. Big part of the show.
Com won the first round matchup against LinkedIn.
You can't let Com win though, because that's free advertising, and like at that point, then you're gonna have to sponsor that episode if they win. So we're gonna have to fudge the numbers if they get close to it. But
yeah, Brockton Wi-Fi in there.
But I think com.com though is always going to remind Celtics fans of those dark nights.
Those are the bad days, man. Yeah, look how far we've come.
Where the narrative
com.com isn't even needed right now.
Maybe these guys need to start going for the lottery, or maybe these guys. Well, maybe a couple of people got to that point. I don't think no one was dead on with that, but I think that we were trending in that direction at one point. So
yeah,
that's what com.com reminds
me. Good one too. Bike Watch is
But
another
yeah,
another one
Jimmy,
to watch.
you were mortified that Bike Watch was a 3
Bike
seed.
Watch shouldn't be a 3 seed. That's yeah. I got to talk to the committee about that. The rankings. Selection Sunday was
What did
all over the
Bobby get
place.
banned from?
Bobby? Oh, from
Yeah,
the
man,
show
from
maybe
where?
tonight.
It
Maybe
was the
from the.
Bobby's mustache got him banned from all school zones, I guess. That
Oh,
was the
okay.
joke.
That I believe.
Yeah, Herman for the win. That'd be
Herman
pretty
Gomez
good.
was a bubble one that I don't think made it, right?
Herman's in there.
Oh, Herman is in there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
What about
Shows you
the
what I
Vegas
know.
hat? That was out in the first round, right?
Which one?
Oh,
Bobby's
the infamous
Vegas hat,
Vegas hat.
Bobby's bucket hat. I got to go back and
bucket
look
hat.
at it.
Bobby
Yeah.
Bucket hat, yeah.
I don't
Herman
think
was
it's
like
there
a
anymore.
4 or a 5 seed, but he's in there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Herman got some love.
Okay.
So I mean, look at it this way.
Jimmy's fart
let-
should be in quotation marks, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. Keep it moving.
just looking at this game tonight, you're again OKC, blah blah blah, doesn't matter. But just look at the body of the entire road trip and just everything that's been happening as this kind of ridiculous run. Whatever it is now, what is it? 23 of I have no idea at this point. 23 of 26 or something like that. It's insane. Whatever that is, just look at all the different boxes that have kind of been checked off along the way.
Yeah.
The defense was there and it was good, and it had been getting better, and that was pre-trade deadline. Then Tatum's shot starts to fall. Marcus obviously starts playing terrific at point guard. You're checking all of these boxes of needs at the beginning. Like, are they going to buy in? Are they going to start working the ball? Is Tatum going to stop being ice cold? Is Marcus Smart going to, give them what they need at point guard, not be selfish, not take these shots, blah, blah, blah. You get to the trade deadline, you make all these trades, you're left with 10 dudes, and you're like, is the bench going to be able to hold up? So now, like, literally almost the last thing left here is getting contributions from your bench. And then you're getting what you're getting here from Grant and Pritchard, and White's not even playing great yet and still been fine. You want to see more because you thought he was going to bring you a little bit more than what you're seeing currently. But if that comes and these guys maintain anything close to this level, even if it's a thin bench, you don't feel as bad about it anymore, right? Like before, we're looking at it like there could be some ugly times here when Jason when Jason's not on the floor, and how are they going to be able to pull this off? But like, I'm not as worried. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. I mean,
looking at the bench, I'm not like, when those guys are in now, you're not like, there are some times, I just remember different times and different lineups coming in there, and you're looking at it like, oh God, how are they going to ever score a bucket with this unit? It just doesn't feel like that way now.
It doesn't, because it's the defense, I think, honestly, John. And I think one of the couple of stars being mixed in there has obviously helped. But I also think that what we saw in the late fourth quarter stretch right there with, look, the road trip is obviously a big part of it there. Guys are tired. It's the last trip. I mean, it's the last game, second end of a back-to-back. But also, I think it's an indication of how different that defense can look a bit when there's no Robert Williams, when there's no Marcus Smart. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was just like, oh, man, these guys are tired, and I don't have Marcus chasing me around. I think he sort of saw a green light in that fourth quarter, And I think that having those two anchors in your defense not there sort of forces guys it sort of opens up lanes for the opposing team, right? And I think that's sort of what we saw in sort of a different version of it, because obviously this isn't a top tier team, but they obviously had the energy and they had the fight, the will, sort of what Sherrod was talking about. You mentioned last night about, this isn't going to be such as easy as it looks, and Celtics found that out somewhat the hard way in that fourth quarter, but he made Doka call those timely timeouts and was able to whip them back into shape. But yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I mean, the second unit looks much better when those guys are in there, because the defense has to sort of withstand things as the starters are resting. But mixing in members of the starting lineup also helped.
I'm still a little concerned, definitely. I mean, is it as bad as it was? No, but I'm still looking at the second unit as a unit that needs a Jalen or a Jason out there, because Derrick White's still having his shooting issues. Yes, Pritchard's hot as hell right now, and I'm sure he's going to come back to earth somewhat. I still do trust him to shoot the ball and score. And Grant is doing a commendable job. I've been a little slow to give him, like, I guess, the confidence that he can. I just don't look at Grant as a guy that's going to like come in and give you like a massive offensive spark. But that being said, he has kind of held it out for the majority of the season. So
and he's
I'm
playing
coming
defense
around on it. Yeah, he is. But I'm still a little concerned about their ability to keep up with teams on the offensive side of things. So I'm not quite I mean, I don't think you are either, John. I mean,
I'm not all the way.
Yeah,
Look,
I'm not all the way there either, and you're not either. So I guess what I'm saying is like, I guess I agree because it's not as bad as like when it was like Romeo and Neesmith were out there, and then like you had, Cantor would play randomly, and then it was just like, oh God, like get this lineup off the floor. None of these guys know what they're doing, and it doesn't feel like that right now.
Right, but I don't think you see the same result if Marcus and Rob are both out there. I don't think you see this team give up almost 50. What was it? Over 50
No, of
points in
course
the
not.
second half.
No,
Like,
I'm not even talking about tonight. I'm just saying in general. Like just I'm not
right.
super confident in the second unit offensively. This team, defensively, I'm confident in them. And when a guy like Tatum's playing the way he is, and Jalen's coming around right now, and like you said, when they get Rob back and Smart or whoever, if Pritchard can contribute, I still want to see more from White, obviously on the offensive side of things, and I think that's probably the difference in my like basically confidence in that second unit. So until that happens, I'm going to be a little shaky on that because I think once the playoffs come around, all these teams are going to be playing stronger defense. It's going to be a lot harder for a mediocre second unit to get anything. And
yeah, I
so
mean that's where I've been on it, Jimmy. That's where the thing is. Like, I'm worried that like that's my one concern. That's why like every time they play a team, and I'm like, yeah, I wish the team had these guys. Everyone's like,
yeah,
shut up, they won. And I'm like, that's not the point. The point
right,
is to feel better about how it's going to go in the playoffs. You want to have a few measuring stick games along the way because, again, it's just, fine.
exactly. I mean, yeah.
Denver's a pretty good one yesterday, and they beat the tar out of them. And again, they're missing players, but it doesn't
We'll remember
matter.
that win forever.
You saw that, huh?
We're gonna remember that win forever.
I was like that game against.
Yeah, who was it? What year was that?
But that's
that
why
was
I
a
always
Bobby
say
tweet,
that.
everybody. That was a Bobby
It's been-
tweet
it's
for
been
those who
24
don't know
hours.
what we're talking
He was
about.
like, this one, they'll be writing and talking about this one in the annals of Celtics history.
They're gonna hang a banner. It's just gonna be the date of this game.
You guys are terrible.
But that's the point of it is to allay those fears. You would like to, and not even fears, those concerns. You just want to see a few games against a really good team, and say, wow, they absolutely can hang. The bench guys don't look out of place here. They don't look overwhelmed. They're not freaking out when Tatum's not on the floor. They can absolutely score points, against, when these teams are playing good defense. The reason my confidence keeps changing is like, I think some of the Celtics stuff is, again, yeah, they've gotten the benefit of some decent scheduling and going up against teams that aren't whatever, but they're also drilling them. So that's one. They're not squeaking out these wins. They're absolutely demolishing these teams. But then two, you keep looking around the league and like nobody's doing any, like Philly's all of a sudden like, what's the matter with Philly? Milwaukee's had its issues tonight.
Win for them tonight,
Philly sits Harden and Embiid, and Simmons might never play. That's something 2 weeks ago we didn't think was going to happen. And then friggin' the New York thing didn't go Brooklyn's way. Philly sits Embiid and Harden tonight, and they beat Miami. And Miami's the one team you'd be like, that's one that when they have everybody there, they won't have letdowns because they're so well coached and they play defense and they've got Butler as a leader. So like I'm starting to look at everyone else, and I'm like, who do you feel good about here?
Everybody has their warts.
But see that, that's the thing though. I think that's what the Celtics are relying on in a sense, right? Cracks through these tough, top tier Eastern Conference teams, and that's exactly what's going on right now. They have the perfect momentum to do that. And I think that's a lot of what's been happening in these stretches where, the Celtics offense looks great because of what the defense is able to do, but it's also because they're sort of just like demoralizing teams, right? Like, I mean, look at the way they handled the Denver Nuggets. I mean, Jokic was just shoulder slumped, shaking his head by the second half. They were
demoralized.
You're seeing stretches of team. You're seeing stretches where teams are completely like, man, we don't know what to do anymore, and that tends to work in the Celtics' favor when you got top tier scorers like Tatum and Brown who are completely on a tear right now, specifically Tatum. And they're opposing teams are having to play catch up. And that's been working in the Celtics' favor, just sort of beating up teams from the start and hoping that momentum just carries through while guys like Tatum and Brown, especially Tatum, in the second half just goes off at 35 plus, it seems like, throughout these select games.
And Jimmy, I think you and I are still suffering from, and some other people,
many
just
things,
kind of
go on.
But certainly last season and early season PTSD of like
Oh,
watching this team for about 135 games be maddening, infuriating, wavering effort, no cohesion, nothing. I mean, it couldn't have been worse for this whole, and again, you can excuse a lot of things last year, but after the first 45, 46, 47 games this year, it was like, get these guys out of here. It was
we called it
sickening.
Groundhog Day. We called it Groundhog Day.
It was so hard to do these shows because you're like, here we go again. It's the
what
same
are we going to
thing.
talk about? Right.
It's just like the same conversation from like 20 games to go last year all the way through the 47 game mark of this year. So again, the reason probably it's like hard to get all the way on board is
we've been hurt. We've been hurt.
You're stacking 25 games against 135 games, right?
The heart is behind a rib cage for a reason, folks. Once you're hurt, it's hard to come back from that. Like how many times are you gonna say I love you and then not get it back before you're like, you know what? I'm not loving anything. I'm not loving anyone anymore.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
I will never love again.
We're talking about my love life. My bad. Sorry, I got off track there.
I will never love again.
But I did. If you guys recall, a few weeks ago, I did profess my love for this team. In a sense where I was like, all right, like I'm kind of a believer in these guys now. So I have slowly turned the corner on that, John. But
yeah,
you're right. There's that little piece of me that's like waiting for like the bad habits to come back. But so
I've never seen.
I commend these guys. I commend.
Yeah,
people are stunned. Honestly, like I'm like friends who like out like 2 months ago, like Jim, what happened with these guys? Why are they playing like the best team in the NBA? And I'm like, honestly, dude, I have no freaking clue other than the fact that they believe in each other. They believe in the coach and they're playing hard.
Yeah.
And those are the things that they weren't doing before. And they're playing defense. And I'm not going to beat this drum, but that's my only concern is that they're the only team playing defense right now in the NBA, maybe. And when the playoffs come around, everyone's like, all right, yeah, now we're going to play defense. That's my only concern.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. Man.
Sorry, it's a fish reference. I think someone saw my T-shirt.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Josue.
Cool.
No idea. No, I was going to say, I feel like when you look at the last couple of seasons, and look, obviously every team is different, and it's hard to compare the Celtics team because they're so unique in this way. But I just feel like the momentum is so important, especially in the Eastern Conference right now, where you sort of seeing these you can see the path where the Celtics have to go through, and if you avoid the Nets, and if whether it's the Bucks or one of those top tier teams waiting for you, and you're able to keep this going defensively. I just don't see a way the Celtics just can't at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals, or at least get to a space where you're like, man, which team's going to beat these guys in a best of 7 series? And I think they're almost at that point where it's just like, okay, yeah, sure, you're gonna see a team beat these guys a couple of times here and there throughout the course of a week, but in a best of 7 series against any team in the Eastern Conference, man, I really like the Celtics' chances right now.
It's hard not
I'm
to.
right there.
Again, it's like
I don't. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, go on, John.
No, Jimmy and I are coming at it the same way. It's hard not to, with the exception of you've seen it. You've seen these same people be so bad so recently that if they showed up tomorrow and stayed that way for the next week or two, you'd be like, oh no, it's back. It's like.
I mean, a lot of people didn't think they were going to make the playoffs.
Oh,
but here's the difference. Well, here's the difference too, guys. Too. Here's another difference.
It feels so possible because it was so not long ago, and that's what thing is like. Are they gone?
Bobby
really
Manning
gone
was ready to tank.
Here's another big difference.
He was ready to tank.
When's the last? Yeah, he was, and I'll never let him live that down because
he was ready to tank. Now he's crowning them the greatest.
He's like, guys, I think we got to trade everyone.
He's like, what's the point?
That's just verbatim.
He was so sad. He was so sad. He's like, I think we got to trade them all.
Because if you don't, then you're going to lose the Jays. He's like, you're split them. You got to split them. But anyways,
right.
Man,
and he wasn't the only one. But it just goes to show the turnaround.
See, if it was under any other circumstances, and what I mean by that is any other year where it's Kemba that's hurt, or you don't have Jalen going into this first round matchup, or you don't have. But this is the 1 year where that's not the case. I guess knock on wood here. I mean, barring any injuries between now and the start of the playoffs, like I think that's another thing you guys have to remember too, because we've been covering this team long enough where it's always somebody.
Yeah.
Every year, but this year that hasn't been the case. They're healthy at the right time.
But by the way, if you believe you saw this coming, you didn't. You're just a hopeless homer, and
you're
you were
just a
hoping
green
that it would
teamer,
turn
I
around.
saw it coming 2 weeks ago. Get out of here.
But there's
You're
no
gonna
way
say,
you saw this
I
coming.
knew it.
No.
I told you
knew
that
it.
they'd come
Yeah.
back. It's like, no, you're just a
No.
hopeless.
But it's fine.
Homer.
Good,
You were
whatever.
questioning Ime 2 months ago. Get out of here.
Dude, it's right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Fire this guy. He
Yeah.
was mean to Jason.
Yeah.
Right.
He made Jalen mad.
I mean, what do we really know about this guy?
But we were like,
Who does he think he
sell
is?
everything, reload for next year, see if you can get enough talent through free agency or trades to not lose Jalen and Jason because they're gonna walk because it's such a freaking disaster. It was
Right.
bad. And like, who thought like making a trade would like save them? It's like, nah, man, just get rid of all of it. So it's amazing.
It
It's
is.
amazing.
But in the same sense, though, we got to remember that like how bad those habits were. I mean, I guess it just did
Horrible.
take time to carve those out. I mean, yeah, health plays a part, COVID protocols plays a part, but at the end of the day, it was just those terrible habits that they had to just grind out, and it only took. It was going to take reps, reps on top of reps, and patience at the end of the day, right? Patience, and that's what we gotta credit Ime Udoka for sure. I mean, for not like going crazy or I don't know. I mean, what way could you sabotage this, right? I mean, there's a number of ways you could have sabotaged this, but yeah, his approach was solid.
You know what I'm dying to do? Someone just said right here, Dirk's saying he wants to call into this show. I mean, we do this sort of thing, and I guess we're gonna have to start because we haven't heard from a lot of you guys. But what I will say is,
you open the phone line
the
now?
tail end of last year,
line?
we had a contract with Locker Room. What was it first?
Well, it was
Locker Room.
It was
Locker Room before it became Green Room,
which I liked, by the way. I liked way better. I liked Locker Room.
Before it became Green Room, and it was like kind of weird. Anyways, dude, we can do it on Discord.
No, but what I'm saying is we did it, but the entire chat and all of these guys who were on it, who we love, it was all about firing Brad, firing Danny, wholesale changes. Can these guys play together? And carried through. And then we were doing some stuff earlier in this year. And that's every conversation we had was about how do you fix this disaster that they've inherited, but the personnel disaster, what Danny's done, the bad drafting, the bad trades, not having any assets, a mismatch,
not having any players who want to play here,
right?
Including the
lack of
team.
effort. And now I want to hear everybody because it's like, it's crazy. And yeah, Discord is one thing. We can go there and chat as well, but we will start doing we can chat with you guys on Discord. We will start doing more Twitter
like
spaces as the season gets going. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Twitter spaces. People like that too, right?
Yep. So that's the thing. So we'll do that. We'll do some spaces. Definitely. Yeah. Dylan, you got it. Spaces coming up. Hey, you know what? This week's a pretty good time to do it because we don't have as many games. So maybe we'll do it.
There's a game Wednesday and then there's nothing Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Which is nice.
Which is rare.
Which is nice. And then I'm going to a game the week after.
Are you?
Just as a fan. I'll let these guys keep working it.
Oh man, we gotta make
it. As a fan, we'll get you on fan cam.
We gotta make like an ad or something. Back at TD Garden. Come on, we gotta give us some picks. Do something on Discord. Do something fun.
Nah, just me and my pops. He doesn't do it.
What game?
But all right.
Miami.
Oh, look at you with the big game. Miami game. Should have known you were going to Miami. Let us know what section you're sitting in. We'll ruin the game for you. We'll make everyone go over there and bother you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to Bruins the night before too, so it's gonna be
wow, Mr. Boston. Look at everyone. Take a look at the Pink Cat fan, everybody. Soon as the Celtics come around, the Bruins start winning. This guy's all of a sudden sitting front row at both games. He might just sleep over.
He said no more mandates. Let's do this.
I'd be willing to say I've been to more games than every single person in here combined.
That's a fact.
As a fan and as media. As a fan and as media, yes.
No, but
fair.
what about?
I'll give you that.
What about the Celtics?
You haven't sniffed a Bruins game in a while, though. You have to admit that.
Bruins,
Celtics though, which the overall Celtics games as a fan, I don't know. It might be neck and neck.
Celtics, yeah, maybe.
Back in the day,
did see Larry a few times.
Never mind, we're not neck and neck.
yeah, true.
We're definitely not neck and neck.
Dude. Talking to Boomer John, don't forget. This dude was getting into the back door of the Garden back when you could just walk in.
I don't even know what that place smells like, man. I only know the
The old Garden just smells like weed. You know?
Did it really? I always pictured like a combination of cigarette, cigar.
Yeah, definitely some cigarettes.
Where I'd be sitting in the 300s when I was going as a kid, whatever we could afford.
Sticky floor, stale beers.
I was like,
something like
Dad,
that.
what is that weird smell? You know?
It's like Sullivan's.
I gotta get to a game soon.
I gotta
get to a game soon.
It's Sullivan's tap smells like.
You know, I used to go. I used to go a ton more. But yeah, I'll be going next week. So that's going to be an interesting one. What's interesting here is
give me all that Miami Heat. That's a good matchup.
The Celtics are now in a 3-way virtual tie with the Sixers and Bucks for second place.
Virtual.
Oh yeah, they have one more loss than both those teams, but they're 2.5 games behind the Heat right now for first. So who knows what that's going to come down to next week. It could end up being an important game, but you're going to start running into that whole maintenance situation too. So I am curious how they play this.
Let me see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 games left. Is that what I'm counting? 9 games left.
Yeah, that's a good point, John, because I mean, you also want to be a bit careful here, right? Be a bit cautious with guys like Robert Williams, Marcus Smart, but you got to keep an eye on the standing as well. So it'll be interesting to see how the Celtics.
They're going to be playing
because I like them. I like them. Well, I was just gonna say, Jimmy, I like them to be like sort of the bully of the East right now because that's what they are. Like I want them to be like, okay, you guys are up next. You know, like I want Jason Tatum to walk into TD Garden whistling like he's Omar from The Wire. Like, you know, who's next? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the sort of that's the approach I want them to have. And I think they're sort of accentuating that on the floor. I mean, Grant Williams. I mean, they're not like getting into like people's faces, but they're chippy. You know, they're throwing elbows. Right. They're sort of got a swag to them. You know, like you said, Jimmy, earlier, how Tatum sort of has the kiss of death as like his sort of
Tatum
like his
swagger
victory cigar when he just feels like he smells blood and it's like, this is gonna be my night. Like I love all that, man. It shows a lot of character for this team, and it shows that they're gutless and that they have a whole lot of confidence going right now.
Well, they're not gutless. That's the opposite of gutless.
I mean, they're not gutless too. I mean, they're not gutless. Excuse me, because that's what they look like at the end. That's what they look like at the beginning of the season. Yeah, they're not
right.
gutless.
No, yeah, they did.
Like that was like you didn't know what team was going to show up.
That's been the biggest, aside from the defensive emergence, the biggest change to me in this team has been the Jason Tatum swagger factor. This dude is playing with like the most confidence that I've seen, and everyone was for it. We're like, man, Tatum showed a little bit more like emotion, or like, you know what I mean? There was a point where he was only emotion was towards like the referees when a call didn't go his way, and he was just frustrated. Now though, he's kind of playing with confidence is the big key there. Confidence, kind of like an attitude, like, yeah, I know this shot's gonna go in. Like, yeah, that's what I do, and everyone here is here to watch me hit this shot. And oh, by the way, thanks for coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of how he's playing right now, and the team is kind of falling in line behind that, and they're all playing with that sort of attitude right now, and it's showing up in the win column. It's showing up on the defensive side of things, and like that's to me been the biggest difference. So, and that's vaulting him to that superstar level. It's a mindset, you know. You need to be more than just talented. You have to have the mindset of being one of the greatest, one of the greats.
He's just doing stuff he wasn't doing before. The finishing is at a different level than it's ever been. And that's I think the huge separator. His ability not just to get there, but to finish, to actually to seek out contact, to finish through contact. And
is he getting comfortable in his new body? Is that what it is?
Whatever it is.
You guys remember that take from week 1? The training camp? Like, he's got to get used to his body. You know, the slow offensive start because he's so jacked now.
But I think he was
got to get used to his muscles.
Shoulders are too big.
Is this it? He's finally comfortable now?
He was so shocked and just so like just put off by the shots not falling and the threes not falling with regularity early that he couldn't get into the swag stuff Jimmy's talking about, where he's just like, I'm just going to set up this guy and I'm going to take a really ill-advised contested pull-up, sidestep 3, because I know it's going to go in. And like, that's the stuff he was doing at like the height of his powers a couple of years ago, where you're like, Jesus, he's just hitting everything. But like, he couldn't start doing those things because he wasn't hitting the shots he was supposed to be hitting. So he couldn't just start taking a bunch of stupid shots too. Now he's got that swag going, which is like, I'll take you to the hole. I'll step back and I'll shoot it in your eye. Whatever it is, I can do it all right now. He's playing with both those things. It's friggin' nuts. But just the finishing is insane. Like, he just goes, and you would think he would lose it. His arms would flail. He'd turn around and look at a ref. And that's what we were expecting early. And now he's just finishing all of those. It really is incredible.
I feel like it's almost as if like Tatum just didn't know, or maybe he forgot what it was like to like fail. I don't know. As weird as that sounds. Like, we always talked about, or at least right after the All-Star break, that interview he had where he just sort of let his hair down, which is really honest with JJ Redick, and talking about how he just was reminded in a harsh way of how difficult it is to win in the NBA. Like, maybe I had it easy, maybe playing with Kyrie and playing with, Kemba and, all-star talent guys, veterans that had been through it and had already reached a certain level in their career. Maybe I took those moments for granted. And at the end of the day, this is sort of my growing pains that I'm just now going through, that maybe some players go through in the first 2-3, years of their career, but they've always been in that position that they were the guy, the alpha. Well, this is his first season of being the alpha, and he had to take those bumps and bruises. And he was really honest in that interview, and I think we all appreciated that, because we all could see his mindset that he was on the verge of taking off, or at least that he was already in
the pod one.
The pod one with JJ.
With JJ. That was super honest. He literally, like, everything that it
was like his diary or something.
Everything we surmised or wondered about, he just kind of laid it out there,
Right.
Like all of that stuff. And we're like, oh, he was thinking that, or he was feeling this way.
And then JJ's like, man, like, I don't think you know how lucky, like, I don't think you realize how good that Celtics team was that beat us,
Jimmy, what do you got to do?
What's up, Jimmy? What's going on?
I keep seeing the comments. People, I said this off the top. I said this off the top. I said, these are paper towels, everybody. This is like Costco level paper towels. I see the comments. They're like, oh my God, he's got all this toilet paper.
Right now?
They're just coming at me about toilet paper. Like,
So, Jimmy, this is definitely going to make it better.
This definitely distracts everyone from the toilet paper.
Let's go full screen to Jimmy here. Okay, here we go.
What kind of toilet paper is that?
This is toilet. This is not toilet paper. This is paper towels. You guys saw exactly what it is. I don't want to hear the comments coming at me or read the comments.
Jimmy, they'll definitely do it. Yeah, they'll definitely do it less now. Yeah.
Well, I want it out there. Now I said it off the top because I knew that was going to be the running joke.
Someone said you tuned it again.
Don't come at listen.
That's true.
Everyone needs paper towels. You go through them like crazy. So it's good to just buy them in bulk. Don't have to think about it for a couple months, and you're good to go.
I like Jimmy's fart now to win. Probably go to the Final Four for sure now. I like it. I like his chances right now. Looking good.
Oh man, I just had to get that one on. I'm trying to just look at the comments.
Even though it's not TP,
few comments.
It's just I don't know.
I thought something happened.
You do not want to flush toilet paper, folks. You do not want to flush toilet paper.
We need a new sponsor.
Paper towel.
Charmin.
Yeah, sorry. You don't want to flush paper towels. You do want to flush toilet paper.
Toilet paper belongs in there.
Yeah. That's exactly We should, Anyways, moving on. I don't even know.
Damn it, Jimmy, what the heck were we talking about? I don't know. We're into something good.
I don't know. Was there a game tonight? I don't even know. But
we were talking about Tatum and Redick and being honest and things.
Tatum, I gave my Tatum spiel.
What were the comments that you read? You looked so distraught when you read the comments.
It was just, coming at me about the paper. Everyone, what it is? Everyone's got to analyze.
You got that weird text or something.
I have friends that you send them a picture and they gotta like zoom in on every little detail of the picture and like point out, what's that? What's this? What's that?
Yeah.
So I knew that was
I know those people.
Be a thing. And people are gonna probably blow up. Oh, like this kid's obsessed with puzzles or something because there's a bunch of puzzles up there too. So that's the next thing. So anyway,
Jimmy Lowe, he just got a good deal at Target, right? Leave him alone.
Yeah, bro.
He bought in bulk.
I had a coupon. What of it?
It was the last day from that long receipt that they give you. Oh wait, no, that's
yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
Don't be asking for my Costco card. Don't be
John,
asking
what
me
were we
don't-
talking
don't-
about right before?
It doesn't matter. We
You
were
guys
talking
don't
a
know
little
what
bit
goes
about
on inside Sam's Club.
Yeah, we're talking about the Tatum and all of his stuff, but Tatum great, Jalen,
They're not
had
my
a
cup, by the way.
good road trip here. I think I thought they were trying to get him that 30 late, so they could have gone 30, 30, 30. Didn't quite happen.
Like Derrick. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Josh. I want to get this. It looks like Derrick White and Grant Williams took the podium together. I like that.
Oh yeah, it looks like
I'm telling
that.
you, man, these guys are buddies.
He's reading
These guys
some.
are-
Grant is reading something off his phone, I think. So he's goofing on something. It looks like.
It's probably
Is he?
something he wrote on his notepad.
I bet
that he
it's like
wanted to
Batman
read off.
memes, and he's gonna show them to everybody.
Yeah, he wrote them on his
Whatever
on
it
his
is, it's probably
notepad
very
so he
dumb.
wouldn't forget
but-
them all.
I knew this guy 100%. My man Acid Bath here was absolutely 100% going to bring up this stat, and I was not going to, so I'm glad somebody did. But
Wow.
Jalen, yeah. Oh, Grant is listing off superhero comps for the entire team right now is what's happening. Here he comes.
Oh boy.
He's doing it.
Oh boy. This is what
He's
happens.
he's
This is
jumping
what
the sh-
happens. We
he's-
said this.
I feel like this is like this is. I feel
This
like
is
like
why they
rookie
didn't
Grant,
want to
though.
give
Like,
him
I feel like
Batman.
this is like-
This is why they didn't.
It's like
He's
when
jumping the
when
shark.
Exactly why.
Already.
It's like when he was endorsing
Yeah.
the All Stars. I like that. This is sort of like Pritchard should be doing this right now. Pritchard should be up there reading these names off.
Why? I don't think the
No,
Celtics
no,
want
there
him to
should
do
not
this.
be names. There should not be names. There should not be superhero
Yeah.
names for these guys. But I'll have to see what he listed. Unless somebody in the chat wants to let us know. Because
I don't like that, Jim,
right
because you
now.
know it's going to be a bunch of like characters I don't even recognize. You know, it's going to be like the comic book.
John, big
The comic
superhero
book
guy. I
fans
think
gotta
he's a
come out.
Marvel,
They gotta
Marvel
come out.
dork or something.
Full force.
I'm a bit of a nerd.
You're a Marvel guy, aren't you?
John's gonna critique.
I'm
the
everything.
List. He's gonna have his own list.
Oh, really?
I collected. I'm not like Marvel movie guy. Like I was like a comic book guy. Like I mean, I like the Marvel movies a lot too. But I will consume almost any comic book thing.
Is the new Batman good? Should I go see it?
It was all right. I
enough
wanted
said.
it to be
Thank you.
better. It
Good
was
to
all
know.
right.
Wow.
All right, good to know.
But you want to
That's one of
watch
those
some-
I'll watch.
But but you know what, Josue, that's the problem with superhero dorks is like they're never happy. Like it's never the way they want it to go.
No,
and it always can be better.
I'm not a
That's
I'm
a good
not a
point,
purist.
Jimmy. I might like it.
I'm not a purist. He's actually kind of a boring comic book character to begin with, and everything is dark and heavy. And you don't expect like humor there, but it's like, how much darker can we make this Batman movie? But it's just kind of boring. It wasn't anything about it. Didn't like violate canon or anything. You want to watch something fun? Watch Doom Patrol. Anybody wants to watch a show? That's fun. That's a fun
What
show.
about the?
Yeah, I'm good.
What about the newest Spider-Man? What'd you think of that?
It was all right. It's all right. It's
Agreed.
good,
See?
good fun
See what I
popcorn.
mean?
Yeah.
Like this, you're gonna get good
What, Jimmy?
reviews.
What did you think about it? Listen, what you got?
I didn't see it. I don't even know.
The Spider-Man one?
Listen, I'm not too cool for it. I just haven't seen it. So I'll have to. Yeah, I haven't seen like. I'm not good at movies.
I'm gonna say
I don't go to
Pritchard-
the movies.
I'm a little too cool for it, but I like the classics, like the Batman, the
Pritchard-
Spider-Man. I still watch them.
Like
Pritchard
the last
is gonna
Spider-Man
be-
I saw was Tobey Maguire. Like that's my Spider-Man. Like you asked me on Spider-Man.
Well,
yeah,
when I gotta tell you something.
Like
What's
Kirsten
Pritchard gonna
Dunst,
be?
yeah, she was just great.
Oh, that was a good one.
What?
And then the Dark Knight, obviously the classic. I mean, everyone
Pritchard is going to be a
saw that
Hawkeye for all of the Marvel fans out there because he has no superpowers, but he can shoot. So he'll be Hawkeye. He can.
Okay.
That's
Hawkeye
what he should be. If Grant didn't get it,
Who the hell's
That's what
Hot
he
Guy?
should
That's a superhero?
Yeah,
Hawkeye, not Hot Guy. You're Hot Guy.
Oh, Hawkeye. Oh, Hawkeye. I'm like Hot Guy. I'm like, what the hell is
I'm not
Hot
calling
Guy?
this guy Hawkeye, all right? I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
like
use
why
that
is he
nickname.
Hot Guy? Okay.
Hawkeye. Hawkeye has no powers. He has no powers. He's ordinary. He's just a regular dude.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah. Or he could be if
Why is
anybody saw
Hawkeye-
Pritchard could also be if anybody saw that.
bracket.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
say?
Damn.
There was a fun little character in whatever it was called in Peacemaker.
Grant really did that on the
That's
plane,
who
huh?
Pritchard could be. Yeah.
Grant really spent his plane ride just like looking up superhero comes for his teammates.
Hot
That's a
guy.
Grant, that's just a Grant move.
He did.
See, and this is what we talked about on the top of the show. They didn't want to open that can of worms for a reason. And this is what happens when you do that. When you do that.
I hope he knows what
Like-
he's
like a
talking
kid.
about. Otherwise I want a consult on this one. because I could have helped him.
You won't be happy, I'm sure.
I mean, it's impressive though.
We're gonna do a play-in game for hot guy versus paper towels.
But you know, this is a. Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. But no, this is impressive because Grant did this ahead of the game, and he had to show up. Like, come on, if he puts up a dud, you can't be talking this stuff after the game. Like, he backed it up. He turned in a career performance. Double, 20 and 10. He's like, now listen to my Superman comms. Like, he wouldn't even have media availability if he had to ball out to earn that media availability. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. I like you. Let's go, Grant. I see you.
Hot guy is great.
I just feel bad that Derrick White had to sit up there for it with him, but
yeah,
Jimmy can make a forward that much better.
Or he was the only one that said
could actually.
He was the only one that said he'll go with them. I bet you that might have been the case too. Everyone else, I'm not going up.
JJ, it's not Vigilante. It's the little guy in green who knew the judo. That's the one I'm thinking of in Peacemaker. I can't remember the character's name. That's Pritchard.
You're the only one reading that comment, John. No one knows.
Silent assassin. Well, you got to be in the know. You got to know stuff.
Like Hot Guy.
Yeah.
Hot guy.
Starring Jimmy Toscano as the hot guy.
No, I'm just bobbing.
Yes,
someone else is
little judo,
guy.
whatever. Yeah. Whatever that guy is. Judo master, yeah.
Little judo. What is this?
It's another little spin-off from Suicide Squad. It was a show. It's funny. It's fun stuff.
Yo,
Superman.
You must have hated that movie.
Superman,
Flash. You hate that movie.
Our producer Ahmed comes in and says Judo Master. I liked the second Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you didn't like
Avengers?
No, the one that had Idris Elba and John Cena. That one was good. The remake. That one was much better.
Oh, maybe I should watch that then.
That one was good. That one.
Yeah. What about Deadpool? Deadpool is a superhero.
Deadpool's phenomenal. Oh my god!
I love that. I did see Deadpool. That's
funny.
Deadpool.
Never have I ever. Never seen it.
Oh my
Josue,
god!
That one's worth seeing. It's not your traditional superhero.
People say, they say that's the one that I would like because it's not.
Yeah, the second Suicide Squad is great. It's like directed by James Gunn and it's got good stuff in it. That one you should see.
I'll check it out.
I like that one. Anyway,
I like the story. I just didn't like the way they did it the first one.
Yeah, I could do a Marvel podcast. Anybody wants to go for it?
I watched both Deadpool's flight. I just bombed through the whole flight. I was dead.
John's
that's pretty much when I watch movies.
Begging for applicants to apply. Like, he's like, "Come on, I want to do this, guys. Come on,
let's do it."
Movie podcast.
This is my audition, right?
I could
just
do
be
food,
John. Be
I
like,
could do
nah,
comics.
that movie sucked.
No, I love all of them. I literally do. Like, I unabashedly. I consume.
What's the John say?
I like all of them, but you asked me outright. Like, Batman was.
You'll question like the villain's like motive.
No, never.
Do you have? Do you have a favorite superhero movie?
No, I like the dumb fun.
Is there a generally agreed upon best superhero movie out there?
I think the best one is actually.
What's your Mount Rushmore?
I think Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which was actually a cartoon, is the best overall comic book movie.
What? You're with a cartoon?
Phenomenal. It's
my god, dude! You're gonna go with a cartoon?
Flipping out like he watched all these damn movies.
It's phenomenal.
With all the CGI and graphics and all these actors,
everyone's going nuts off of this.
Phenomenal.
Yes. Look at
it's phenomenal.
How come you guys don't talk about comic books? No one now the geeks are coming out.
No, it's great. It's great.
All right. What about non-cartoon? I'm not saying you're wrong. Maybe if
I like a lot of the Marvel ones.
Superhero people.
The Civil War, Captain America, Civil War from the Marvel ones is great. I like all of those. I like almost all the Avenger ones. That's great. The
Civil Wars. The
Spider-Man
Silver War.
Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah. I like Logan. A lot.
Logan.
Yeah. It was a Wolverine one-off. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, who's Wolverine on the Celtics?
That'll be smart.
Marcus. Yeah.
That is smart for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't get the answers, so we're trying to guess here. Well, I didn't get the answers anyways. I don't know.
Yeah. And then the Batman ones are good. The Christopher Nolan Batmans are definitely in there too.
Yeah, Dark Knight's my all-time favorite.
Yeah,
but I guess that's just like cliche, but yeah.
No,
the
it's
one
awesome.
with Danny DeVito as Penguin. That's my
Which one was
favorite
that?
one.
People
Batman
like that
Returns?
one though.
Was
From
that
like
Returns?
1994. That was
No,
when Seal
everyone hated
Kiss
Jim
from a
Days of
Carrey.
Future,
Rose.
Days of Future
No.
Past is also pretty
That's
good. The X-Men
That's
one
the Jim Carrey one. Everyone hated the Jim Carrey one. I remember that.
and
The
X2.
Riddler.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was in a superhero movie. You're thinking of The Mask.
Yeah, he was the
Riddler.
He was the Riddler. That was the worst one.
Oh
That was a bad one.
yeah.
Schwarzenegger was in there. You know, he had some weird stuff.
He was the Persian guy. I forget. What's his name?
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
Damn.
Yeah,
I need to watch.
Here. Come on.
I need four.
Frozen guy.
I need to start watching superhero movies. I'm not joking. I haven't seen one in like over a decade, probably. Oh, I've seen the Batman ones, but if there's legit like 4 good superhero movies, leave them in the
goes nuts
chat.
about Marvel.
I'm gonna watch the show back tomorrow, and I'm gonna fast forward to this minute mark and see what best superhero movies you got.
Jimmy's
need to get started.
But
my only concern is that I'm too far
like
behind.
7.5 hours to watch 2 of these days.
My only concern is that I'm too far behind, and like if I just watch a superhero movie, I'm gonna be confused the whole time.
JJ, I've seen The Boys. I've seen all of it. Even that series of spin-off cartoons they just did. The Boys is good too. That's a fun show. Oh, Invincible, great comic book.
What's The Boys on?
Great comic book show if you want like dark stuff. Invincible and Doom Patrol. Watch those. That's my comic book hour. Done.
Are these on stream? What we got here?
All right.
They're all on stream. Yeah.
Right.
That's good stuff. Anyway,
what's Rob Williams? What superhero is he?
Someone says Thor.
Someone said Mr. Fantastic, which is good because he's stretchy, so you get the long limbs sort of thing. That's not a bad one. I can see that.
Stretch arm. Yeah.
Sorry for anybody who just joined for basketball. I do apologize.
Yeah, there is a reason why this happened.
Yeah.
This is
first timers. Yeah.
So we're in the pickles portion of
got us off on a tangent. Yeah, we are.
For the second time. He's not even here this time.
I wish
I
wish I could actually contribute to this conversation with like an idea of any of these superheroes, but I'm just kind of piggybacking on whatever you guys say about them.
Yeah, Doctor Strange controls time. That's pretty good. That's a good one. Doctor Strange makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. I'll give you guys that. Whoever got that one first. What else you guys like?
Strange.
What else you guys like from the game? The commenters can stay on the comic book stuff. If I see anything interesting, I'm throwing it in there. But what else you guys like from tonight? Before we wrap it.
How's getting a little taste out there? It wasn't pretty, but I mean, I think it's worth mentioning because he was sort of the guy by default there, right? I mean, like I say that as in he had that opening because they was in a groove, and I thought it was interesting how Ime sort of threw him in there, but it was nothing to rave about. But I thought it was interesting. Maybe that's a guy who, if someone's in foul trouble, can give you some minutes down the stretch. Down the stretch of the season, not in the fourth quarter of a game, but I don't know, something I noticed, I guess, in the first half. He went to him pretty early.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think I'm all talked out of this game. I mean, this is not a game that's going to matter at all. So
that's why we're talking about pickles and comic books. Right
yeah,
now,
no, but
I'm
I'll
talking
talk
about Sam Hauser.
How about this? How about this? The road trip. Why don't we just take your picture? 4-0 in the road trip, including back-to-back here. I mean, you really can't find too many flaws in this trip as they come down the stretch here. It's health at this point. I mean, these guys are playing as well as they're going to play. If they can stick together, Josue mentioned it. Like, why not think that they have a chance to come out of the East?
Yeah.
I mean, are there teams that don't want to play the Celtics? Because we're always talking about, if you're the Celtics, you don't want to play the Nets. You want to avoid the Bucks. Like, there's got to be teams that saying, we don't want to play the Celtics at this point, right?
I think every team should in the East. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how can you not? Especially when you look at the offensive.
They're the hottest team. One of the hottest teams.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just. See, that's the thing. If this team was just like a strong defensive juggernaut, where 2 or 3 guys are putting up somewhere close to 20 points, and everyone just sort of spreads the wealth. But they got two top tier scorers out there, and they're both. Well, Tatum more than Brown are surging right now, or at least finding themselves in this important part of the season. And it's the best basketball we've ever seen from Jason Tatum. So I think there's no team in the Eastern Conference that wants any smoke for themselves.
No way.
That's the scariest team in the East.
It's not the thing with them is being. We always talk about what the most important thing is. The most important thing is being hard to play against. They're a hard team to play against right now. And that's again, that's been the difference. They're just a pain in the ass. What's up, Jimmy? Toilet paper there? What do you got there?
This is paper towels. I'm still seeing the comments. People are coming in all different times in the show, which is fine. It's a long show. Just to let everyone know, these are what you're seeing behind me are paper towels.
Yeah, butt towels.
Strong and absorbent paper towels, mega roll, little Sam's Club action. Nobody is.
I'm going with Al
without
Horford
a membership knows what that's like.
I'm going for Al Horford as Reed Richards because he's kind of like the father figure of the group. So that's what I'm going to go with there. I'm taking away the Mr. Fantastic. I am curious.
You guys see that?
You
guys see the what was it? Splinter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like 4 years ago, where Al was to them, and now they're all grown up. You guys seen that at all?
Oh,
I don't think so.
When he Al is Splinter and the it's like it like Tatum Brown?
He's older. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're big. I love that because that's exactly what's sort of happening here in a sense.
Al is kind of like Splinter, yeah.
But he's not like old. He's still spry, and these guys are sort of helping out in the sense that he doesn't have to be one of the top tier guys on either end of the floor. So it's rejuvenated him.
Yeah, Al's having I mean, dude, you know, if you want to talk about where Al was, this is a great game for Al to go to because he probably remembers how miserable he was last year. You know, not playing, sent home, or not sent home, but basically told, "Hey, like you're good. You don't need to play.
Don't play anymore."
And now a year later, he probably couldn't imagine.
Services are no longer needed.
Yeah, he probably couldn't imagine being in a great situation that he's in a team, in a city, and a team that he's comfortable with. And I don't know. I mean, he's still, he's not the Al Horford of 10 years ago, but he's still seriously important to this team, especially on that defensive end. So I'm sure it was nice for him to sort of.
Josue, what were you talking about with the Turtles?
That building on the other team. He's a picture you saw, right? You saw a picture. You saw a picture.
Yeah, it's a picture. Right? Yeah. You see the picture of their backs, and then the first, the top half is he's holding their hands, and they're still infants, and it's, one represents Tatum, the other one represents Jalen and Marcus, and so forth.
Yeah,
and then it's fast forward to now, and they're much older, and Splinter's a bit shorter and older, and they're carrying him, and they're holding his hand.
It's kind of it's a little much, to be honest.
Yes, that's it.
There you go.
I love that.
That brings a tear to
I love how Marcus is doing this.
To my eye.
Such a Marcus thing to do. I like it.
Wait, how did you get that picture so quick? Did Amit send that over?
I wanted to make sure what he was talking about is what Amit just said.
The way you asked it too, it's like the way your dad, when your dad knows the answer to the question he's asking anyways. Like, what was the one again? It's like,
tell me that again. You're in big trouble.
I thought you were reminding the viewers and then putting it up there. That's what I thought you were doing.
I don't care how many I don't care how many superhero movies come out, like with the new graphics and all that stuff. Nothing's ever gonna beat like those like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies where they're like not the cartoon ones, but the ones from like the
they're actual
late
like
90s,
turtles.
90s, mid 90s.
No, I watched all of that too. It's just not in my wheelhouse.
Nothing's gonna beat those though.
Come on, John. You know you're talking that Ice-T.
April.
I mean, not Ice-T. What am I? Vanilla Ice. Excuse me. Wow.
Vanilla Ice. Yeah.
Vanilla Ice.
One of those ices, dude.
Pretty sure
you was bumping that Vanilla Ice track.
I dressed as a Ninja Turtle at some point. I'm pretty sure.
I actually have an elite costume as a child. I think I was Michelangelo, to be completely honest.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna wrap it. Thank you guys for hanging. Did want to tell people if you want to head over to Discord. I will go over there. I'm going to be chatting superheroes. That's Twitch.
Yo, let's do it. I'm going to listen. That's funny.
That's Rod's A-list, which you can also check out.
Yeah, you can check that out. But that's what I wanted. Sorry, clnsmedia.com/Discord. There's our home. Go sign up if you haven't. It's an act.
Might check out Twitch at some point. John's just gonna watch a superhero movie on Twitch and comment on it live.
That's a totally different demo, Jimmy. Come on, man. Those are the games.
That's how we start a new. That's how we open up our followers. John's gonna do that.
I would do that.
Imagine watching a movie and it's just John talking over it the entire time. Imagine how much and how enjoyable that would be.
Oh God. I no, man. I need silence.
Oh my God.
I don't even like people eating popcorn loud near me.
I don't even like going to if I go to a comedy and the guy a robe in front of me. I just don't like his laugh. Like the movie's ruined for me. Every time it's funny, like his laugh ruins it for me.
You know what though?
Because you're like anticipating it the whole time.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I hate that laugh. I hate that laugh, dude.
Comedy's important because laughter's
agree with you on
contagious. So
Yeah.
I actually like that. Laughter's contagious. But yeah,
That's true.
Laughter is contagious. Don't like your laugh. If you have an
Yeah.
you have an
So
annoying laugh. It's
The
gonna
worst is the one that makes you like jump because he's just like screaming. It's like, all right. Yeah,
but also it's good with action movies too. Like I was watching, I'm not going to spoil Spider-Man, but there's a couple of things that happen late that they tried desperately to keep from audiences
bit by a
by
spider.
now. No.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've seen it.
By now, most people know, but like when that stuff happens in the theater, like everyone's
generation.
like, oh, you know, there's a freak out factor going. So that's kind of fun.
Man. And how everyone stays in their seats until, you know, the end because, you know, it's not the end. And...
I'm not going to ghost you, Carl. I'm going to Discord now. I'm going to go hang out. I'm talking Marvel movies.
No, I think that's a diss towards Bobby. Because Bobby didn't hop on the other night. I was going on there too.
I meant to, but I was so gassed. That was it. I just I just spaced, and he texted me and he said Kess was on there, and I was like, oh crap, I missed him. So
was he on? Did Bobby start it eventually?
Bobby did talk, and Kess was on there. I'm not sure if Dudley joined or not, but
man,
like I said,
I was waiting to join, and then I didn't. Yeah.
I promise we do a Spaces next week, but let's wrap up tonight. Thanks, guys, for hanging out.
All right, man.
Sign up for Discord if you haven't already. We're up over 800 people. We want to get to 1,000.
Yes.
Sign up. Want to get to 1,000.
Big giveaway at 1,000. Big giveaway at 1,000.
Speaking of signups, I should have told my buddy Jazz to sign up, man. Man, Jazz said it up to me at a gas station in Boston. I won't put you out there and say which one it was, but or at least give those guys any pub, any free advertising here. But that was really cool, man. He introduced himself, said he's a big fan of the show. He says we all crack him up. He kept it relatively short.
What up, Jazz?
I promised him a shout out. So what up, Jazz?
While Josue was stressing over gas, he's like, "Damn, do I really want to put, 5 gallons in, or do I want to try to get to the next gas station, see if it's a little cheaper?"
Do half a tank this time.
Yeah.
Jazz,
yeah.
He was like, "Yo, this is what you drive, bro." No.
Yeah. Personnel updates. Bobby couldn't make it tonight, but we're hoping to have him back on Wednesday. Sherrod had some travel issues, but we're back at the Garden with a couple of those guys coming up on Wednesday and then again Sunday. So we've got more games coming up. I promise we're going to do a Spaces and hop on over to Discord if you want to chat with some of us now. I am going to head over there. And just see what's going on. So again, clnsmedia.com/Discord. Sign up, tell your friends, jump on in there, hang out. Jimmy's going to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm just gonna go wash my hands and dry them with all my paper towels that I have. And
everyone just thinks you just had these huge toilet paper.
This is what hot guys do. Yeah.
Hot guy alert.
Hot guy alert.
Superhero. Hot guy.
You kidding me? You kidding me? Bring chicks over and they see like 30 rolls of paper towels. They're like, wow, okay. This guy's obviously got his shit together, literally and figuratively. Guy. Yeah. Hot guy alert.
People are asking about Rob. Rob has a sore knee, and Marcus had a sinus infection or something like that. He had some sort of illness. That's why That's why those guys
non-COVID related. Yeah. Well, he mentioned that after the last game, so I wasn't surprised he didn't play.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's it. Thank you. Have a good night.